Dominic and Daniel are my second set of sons. I've had two older sons that are about 20 years older than they are. As all parents, you know, when my first son was born, I was really excited and had so many thoughts and hopes and dreams for him. And we fast forward to when he was 17 years old and was injured in an accident, and it was his first experience with prescription opioid drugs that led to an addiction. The challenge became where he placed his identity and the importance that he placed on who he was, the way society saw him. And as a result of that, he refused to go into any kind of formalized rehab because he didn't want to be titled or labeled as an addict. We lost Philip on May the 22nd of 2012. And one of the decisions that we made as a result of, in very large part, to what had happened to Philip, was that we wanted our boys to be grounded in their faith and to know that their identity in Christ was the only thing that mattered. So before we made the decision to bring our children to StoneBridge, we were absolutely committed to homeschooling throughout the entire process.
I was homeschooled before second grade, and I was a very shy and reserved person. We met in second grade during the popsicle run during PE, and I came up to Lauren because I knew she was new, and I asked if she wanted to be my friend, and she ran away from me because she was so shy.
I was a new Christian, and so of course I'm seeing that the public schools are not going to teach my children the way that I want them to be taught. We looked into private schools and went to several, and we found StoneBridge.
Well, we lived in a neighborhood where some of our friends had their children had been attending here, and were just truly impressed and inspired by what we saw in these children.
When we came here, the one thing that really struck us as different is the students. I remember walking up the door, and as soon as you're about to go in, there was a young lady, probably 10th, 11th grade, and she said, "Oh, can I get the door for you?" Okay, that's great, and you know, it's not uncommon. But then she looked, she could tell, "Oh, you guys have never been here. Can I show you where the office is, or do you need any help?" And I was like, wow.
I think StoneBridge helped me grow my confidence by reminding me that my confidence isn't in myself, but it's in Jesus. I know that what the world counts as important is not important in the eyes of the Lord, so it helps me have like a different mindset when I'm leading other people, because it'll help me to have an others mentality rather than a me mentality.
The atmosphere here, it frees you to be what God intended you to be.
Well, worship has always been a passion of mine, and I've always loved to sing worship, whether it was alone in my room or now in front of people. I used to not love to sing or perform in front of people. The drama program at StoneBridge helped me. I started doing musicals in 7th grade, and then Mr. Garrett encouraged me to try out to be the worship prefect, and now I am the worship prefect, and I lead and organize the worship in our chapels. I just really enjoy going to StoneBridge, so I just thought like any way to get involved into what StoneBridge was doing would be a good opportunity for me, and I'm always looking to see what can be improved and that sort of thing, so I saw the class representative as a good outlet for me to enhance something that I really enjoyed and loved.
They have been taught to lead with love, to accept all people regardless of how they may look or sound or be different from them. They have a confidence about them, and they're not afraid to talk about God to anybody that they meet.
My oldest is my stepdaughter, that's Brittany. She's 29. Then I have my son Aaron, he is 20. And I have my daughter Joanna, 13. In 2007, when we had some financial difficulties, when the economy turned south, we did take Aaron out of StoneBridge, and he went to the local public school. Immediate change. Change in his attitude, change in his performance. I didn't want my kids to just be able to regurgitate that 2 + 2 is 4. I wanted them to understand why it's 4 and who came up with mathematics in the first place. And my wife and I have both decided that we have 18 years with these young people. I'm going to give them the best I can while they're with me. He was out from the 5th grade until he came back. He did all of high school here. His performance changed in positive ways with his attitude, with his personality, with those things I don't think you can measure on an SAT. He was just a different person.
Personally, starting at the bottom of StoneBridge myself at K4 and going to senior year, I just really love school, and it's different for all my friends outside of StoneBridge. They're always talking about oh, I gotta go to school tomorrow, and honestly I'm so excited to go to school because it's like I've said, it's such a welcoming place, and all my friends are here, and I know the teachers genuinely care for me, and I want everybody to experience the time that I've had at StoneBridge because it's been so great.
We have a 9 and 11-year-old now who both have made the decision on their own that they want to continue their entire school experience here at StoneBridge because they love where they are. They are confident in who they are because they're confident in the fact that they are here to serve the Lord first.
StoneBridge has given me a context for the rest of my life and reminded me that Jesus' will and Jesus' plan for my life and striving to do everything to glorify Him should be the context of everything that I do. And so I don't need to worry about my future or what it may hold.
I often go back and think to myself, I wish I had known about a school like this when I had Philip, because I can only imagine with his intelligence and his heart for people and his love of life where he might be today if he had this.
StoneBridge means to me hope for our country. You just have to look outside or look at the news to see what's going wrong in America. And when I see the good here, when I see teachers that I know are not paid what they deserve, but they do it out of love, when I see parents doing without so that they can put their children here, it gives me hope. And when I see the school grow, it gets me excited.
Through the praise of children and infants, you have established strongholds against the enemy to silence the foe in adventure.
So that's the biggest thing, gives me hope for the future.